This is the story of Peter Pan. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Wendy who had two younger brothers, John and Michael, and they all slept together in the same nursery, even though Wendy was like a senior in high school. Oh, and nursery is just a rich person's word for kid's bedroom. Wendy's parents were solipsistic pricks who were so neglectful of their children that they put a dog in charge of taking care of them. And not just any dog, but a Saint Bernard, which is basically the big drooling goob of the animal kingdom. One night, just after the kids went to bed, a fabulous red-headed fairy boy with a penchant for green leotards crept into the bedroom. Scotland Yard knows him as the Ginger Jobby Jabber, with a long rap sheet of breaking and entering. You may know him as Peter Pan. Peter Pan threw glitter at the children and told them all to jump out the window so they could fly to Neverland. "Oh, hell no," said Wendy. "Last time I played that game, I sprained my ankle and tore my hymen." But then Peter told her that he was the ringleader of a group called the Lost Boys in Neverland, which changed Wendy's mind because the idea of anonymous, consequence-free grope fest that nobody at school would ever find out about was too good to turn down. To make sure it was safe, she told John to go first, because her father always said, "God damn it, John, if someone ever told you to jump off a bridge, you'd be dumb enough to do it, idiot." And he was dumb enough to do it. So it's a good thing that he flew, and they all followed him to Neverland. But when they got there, Wendy soon realized it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. In fact, it was a shithole. It turns out the Lost Boys were just a bunch of slobs who were addicted to gaming and had never seen a woman before. In fact, everything they knew about women they learned from watching Jersey Shore. To make matters worse, there was always this creepy old man lurking around who called himself Captain Hook, even though Peter Pan got a restraining order on him. Captain Hook used to run a miniature golf joint out of a big gaudy pirate ship until he was busted on the poop deck for acts of gross indecency. Naturally, he was forced to shut down the mini-golf operation, so he converted the ship into a pirate-themed swingers club where other dirty old men came to dress up as pirates and plunder booty. The whole affair was quite lurid. Anyway, Wendy realized that her prospects in Neverland were looking pretty bleak. She didn't want to be Peter's maid, and she had no intentions of being DTF, no matter how many times the Lost Boys asked. But John just loved the place, and he fit right in doing stupid teenage boy shit, like the boiling pot challenge, which is essentially the ice bucket challenge, just way more dangerous. And Michael was too young to form any kind of educated opinion on the issue. Plus, no one listened to him unless he shit his pants and started to cry. The problem was Wendy needed pixie dust to fly home, but Peter always kept it under lock and key. But Wendy was clever, so she concocted a scheme to steal it. It was quite simple, really. One night she stole a dirty leotard from Peter and gave it to Captain Hook to perv out on. In exchange, Captain Hook and his power-bottom Smee created a diversion by blasting Anaconda by Nicki Minaj and having a twerk-off outside of the Lost Boys camp. When Peter Pan and his crew went to go investigate, Wendy stole the pixie dust and flew home with Michael. John stayed in Neverland, which was okay because his parents didn't give a shit anyway. The end. Come back next time and I'll tell you the story of the woman who was burned at the stake for saying she was a BBW, when really she was just fat and ugly.